you guys can see my screen and hear my voice. I think we should be all set. Camera is not quite up and running. Hey, hey. Again, just looks like, and Amelia, am I good on Facebook and YouTube? If you could please let me know. All good? Is it in all caps, all good? All right, folks, welcome to end of day wrap up with myself, Joe Rokop, Managing Director of Commodities and Equities here at Simpler Trading. For those of you who don't know me, I'll be doing this every Thursday after my live session in the futures room. The futures room, for those of you who don't know, is a live trading room in which I talk about the markets, I make trades, I post alerts, and I go over fundamentals. Okay. What I will do real quick here is show you an alert that I sent out earlier. Actually, I'll go ahead and show you a couple of them. Okay. So I'm kind of going to go over this with some of this will be a review for those of you who just caught the last 2 hours of my live stream in the Simpler Trading Room, i.e. futures room. But for those of you who haven't, I'd like to kind of give you a show of what we do, how we do it, and how much money we made today. So I sent out in the alert, or I sent out an alert or a signal in the trading room this morning at a time of 7:59. Okay. And the alert was sell one NQ. This might be a little tough for you to see, so let me see if I can go ahead and blow it up a little bit. Okay. And the alert will look like this. Okay, so it's right here in the middle of your screen. Okay, so it's NQ. Now it can also be the MNQ, which is the micro, and it was a short signal, i.e. we were selling. Okay, so to open the trade, we sell one NQ at 13,455. Okay, that's how you enter the trade. You just hit sell market at that particular price. And then we were looking to buy one about 30 points lower at 13,424. Our stop loss on that was 13,464, i.e. we had a 9-point stop loss with the intent of a 31-point gain. Now, as you know, everything doesn't always work out precisely as planned, but we actually got 13,431s. Okay, so we were close, but not quite. So we got 24 points after having risked 9. So that's still about a 1-to-3 risk reward ratio, slightly less. And on that trade, if you were trading the minis, right, at $20 a point times 24 ticks, that's $480. Okay, so that was the first trade of the day, which gives us a little bit of a buffer, right, a little extra cash to carry on for the following couple of trades. And this is the perfect example. So moving on in the day, we went ahead and took a very small short. Okay, the market had been slowly rallying, and I'm going to say that again very, very slowly. And as of late, as y'all probably remember and know, the pullbacks or the breaks have been fast and violent. Okay, fast and violent. So we risked only 1.5 points on this short to potentially gain 14 points, right? So that's a 1 to 10 risk reward ratio. Had we lost or the trade went against us, we would have lost $225, okay, which is half of that previous profit, okay? We tried the same trade again a little bit later, stopped out, lost 150. So total P&L going into the remainder of the day was about a scratch or up $105. Okay, so we had one trade that was a winner. It was a big winner. Okay, and we made $105 total. Okay, with one win, two losses. Now, the trend was up. So I was looking for bearish trades, or excuse me, bullish trades. We had two small shorts, right? Looking to risk a tiny amount to make a great deal. They didn't pan out, but that's okay because we had that risk capital built in. Now, it should be noted, all of the trades prior to the 8:30 open inherently have a bit of risk, okay? And that's simply because, why? That's because we have not established that first 30-minute range, okay? But we're smart people. Even though that first 30-minute range has yet to present itself, at that point in time, we've got 15 hours under our belts of market data to analyze. So we don't have to wait until 8:30 to make a trade. There are often some pretty darn good trades to take before that. For instance, the signal I called at 7:59 a.m., right? A nice $480 winner to kick the day off prior to market even opening, giving us a little risk, giving us a little bit of a buffer to take some of these high risk reward ratios that have a slightly lower probability. Now, if either one of these had worked, we would have been up a great deal of money to start the day. And then when we flipped and went bullish with trades 4 and 5, we would have absolutely smoked it on the day. But it all comes down to properly managing the monetary value of your losses versus the monetary value of your wins. So if we look up here, right? Now this actually does need to be updated with one trade. Let me go ahead and do that. I think, Amelia, that 900, that was actually a positive trade. Oh, 90. Give me a sec, folks. Okay. All right, so this should be updated. Okay. So I had 3 wins and 3 losses. Okay. The average value of the win was $1,200. The average value of the loss was $400, $425. So that's a 1 to 3 risk reward ratio, right? So the name of the game, man, is what? Number max up versus max down, okay? And that is the key. Thus, a total P&L of $2,375. Now, we almost made an extra grand on that, but let me show you what happened. So we took an NQ trade where we bought the NQ at 13,440 at a time of 10:03 a.m. So let me go ahead and pull my charts up for that and walk through that particular trade. Okay, so NQ. Boom. Now, as I mentioned, let's take a look at my Twitter feed here, and you'll get a good idea of why we did what we did. And Amelia, if you could send out the Twitter handle so these folks can look at it on their own screen, that would be great. If you could just post that in the comments up there. So going into the day, okay, we saw that equity futures were up 0.1%, ES up 0.2, NQ up 0.5. Okay, and that was ahead of the open, looking for some upside. Okay, we see the S&P was trading at peak valuations. Okay, in the 96th percentile, right? And so when I was in the trading room earlier, I went through all of these tweets in more detail. So I don't have time to go through them all right now, but I highly, highly encourage you to follow me here and take a look at some of the information we're putting out there, because it is quite useful. And we're not sending out, constantly sending out links to buy this, come here. No, it's 90% of it is either market related, opinion related, and then just updating you on events like this that you can attend for free, some of the classes, blah, blah. So anyways, a little bit of a note on this, right? So we can see S&P gain for the third consecutive day. We take a look up here. Jobless claims fell. However, productivity rates and workers fell. So with all of this information, right, and this kind of fundamental analysis, we take this into the day and say, all right, we are bullish. We are primarily bullish, but in case there is a quick and massive break, we'll take a small amount, a little risk here, a small amount, a little risk here, $250, $150 to make 1,000 to 2,000. Literally, that's what it would have been had that flush came through. And it would have been a minimum of 10 points. So let's say even that first target was hit at 32.5. It would have been a profit of $540. Oh, you know what? And this multiplier is, sorry, it would have been $1,350. Okay, so the value on that would have changed, and that would have been a nice big win there. Okay, so we do have to go back and update these ticker values, I believe. Okay, there we go there. And okay, so that needed to be updated. Okay, so 220 and 375. So I apologize for the, we had a calculation mistake in the new auto sheet, but we're all on top of that now. Anyways, so this is an example of one of those trades, right, where we go ahead and get short and we get, boom, we get that fast break. Okay, selling the NQ at 13,350 and covering 45 points later, 90 points later, and then all the way down from 350 to 210, so 140 points, right? So those were like the massive breaks we were looking for over there in the S&P, but our risk on that was tiny. Our risk on that was tiny, okay? So anyways, following along with these tweets and with the bias we had formed that particular day, we went ahead and looked to go long the NQ. Okay. We went long the NQ or the NASDAQ at 1440. Unfortunately, we got stopped out at 425. Now the swing low there was 13,423. We missed it by 2 points. Now, generally, my stop loss on these NQ trades is 20 points. So I was a little tight on that. But market conditions and technicals came back, and we put that exact same trade back on. However, the stop loss on that was actually 22. Sorry, 1 point below that previous swing low. Okay. And these upside targets remain the same. And then that's where that $3.1 thousand target, or that $3.1 thousand win came in. We had a YM trade at the end of the day. I was too conservative with these two stop losses. Had we kept in the original levels that I was looking to take, the P&L would have ended up here, okay, with a profit of $2,260. Totally changing the day right there. But I was too conservative, which, for the sake of discussion, is unfortunate in the time, but as I was saying in the room, better safe than sorry, of course. So I am on the mic tomorrow morning, first thing tomorrow morning at 8:20 a.m. Chicago time, to open up the day and to kick off the Friday trading session. I'll probably open the mic up at about 8 in case I have a signal to impart on you beautiful people, so you can join. If you have any questions about what it is I'm doing, how to get involved, I would encourage you to take a look at my volume breakout class. So Amelia, if you could send a link out to that volume breakout class is how I determine and get involved into these trades. And that system is something I use often and well. And so I wanted to share that with you and give you this little teaching moment. So again, we're not just going to be giving you fish. We're going to be, or giving you supper. We're going to be teaching how to fish along the way, which is that analogy y'all have heard 8,000 times. But here at Simpler and here with me, it is darn true. And there's no ifs, ands, or buts about it. Again, Amelia will send out that volume breakout link. Take a look at that class. That is going to be an insanely helpful tool for you going forward. And again, I am in the room tomorrow. I'll open up the mic at about 8 o'clock if I have any alerts. And then our official start time is 8:20. So it has been an absolute pleasure. Comments, questions, concerns, shoot me an email, joe@simplertrading.com. And definitely, at the very least, follow us on Twitter so you can get some of these updates, some of these trades, some of these signals at no cost. And you'll also have the added benefit of getting a little fundamental analysis you can use going into the day to try and give yourself a bit of an edge. So with that, I will go ahead and sign off. All of you have a wonderful rest of the day. Peace be with you, and have a profitable evening.